Hello friends, I hope this video finds you well. Guys, a shifter of AREWA forum has blow hot. They have vowed that they are going to humble, humiliate, and disgrace Tinubu. In fact, they say they're going to put him where he belongs. And this shifter reveal history and strategy how they are going to fight Tinubu over his relocation of FANN to Lagos. Guy, you just can't afford not to watch this video. They were singing Tinubu, Tinubu, Jagabandi, Oyomade, we shall stand. Oyomade, the fight don't come. Guys, I beg before we proceed with this video, let me drop your opinion. Are you not enjoying the fight? To all the obedience watching this video, are you not enjoying the fight between Arewa and what their stance? Now me, I'm enjoying the fight between Arewa and Tinubu. Please tell me your opinion. Watch this video to the end, but tell me your opinion. If you are enjoying the fight, please just signify it. Drop your comment at the comment section. I will be here reading all the comments and respond. Thanks and God bless you.
The Waziri Dusi.
Yes, I am.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, much more revered traditional title. All right, talk to us about the ACF's problems and with the Tinubu administration on these issues, which has made a lot of people within this apex organization in the north to actually voice their concerns, including the ACF pushing out a statement that the Tinubu government should have a rethink over the policies.
Thank you very much. Well, to understand the position of the AREWA Consultative Forum and I believe majority of Northerners now is to first of all go into a little bit of history so that people will now be able to understand why AREWA is feeling a bit apprehensive. Anybody my age and above will remember how prosperous this country was, and especially the northern region, based on the agricultural output and activity of the majority of our population. Then there was the discovery of oil, and then everybody forgot about agriculture, and the rush into oil had caused a very serious deficit in the performance of agriculture and food production, and therefore making the economy work in various directions. That rush has left. Obviously, when there are less activities in agri sector, means that there will be less economy and economic activity and money and prosperity in those areas that depend entirely on agriculture, which is northern Nigeria. Now, with that also come along the other government programs, projects, some of them deliberate, some of them, I think, innocent, lack of foresight, that further made northern Nigeria far more apprehensive and began to feel that something must have been amiss. We have been brought up, my generation and those before me, to believe in the oneness of Nigeria, to work, to protect, to promote the oneness of this country, to unify it, to be united, and to love our neighbors. So, but when programs like the current one you are talking about,
yeah, the planned relocation of
the planned relocation is just the tip of the iceberg, really. It started much earlier than that. We were here when, in 1999, part of the Port Authority, Nigerian Port Authority, was removed from Abuja back to Lagos. Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, and I think maybe NIMASA were returned to Lagos, and we thought it was really not a very, very well-intentioned thing to do at that time. Now that will quickly, we recall other government actions that had put us backwards, like the privatization of industries in Nigeria,
Government-owned enterprises.
Yes,
actually.
government-owned enterprises were privatized, and this was after the petroleum discovery and the rush and the businesses that took place. Naturally, those in the proximity of the source of wealth were getting it easier than those that are far away from it. So they were able to buy off all the government hitherto jointly owned natural wealth of the country were sold, and we believe over 80% of those went to the south. Our view at that time was that if you are selling a jointly owned government or industries or enterprises, you should sell them to the states.
To state governments.
To state governments who will now hold in trust to individuals, so that you can sell to individuals in states, and where the states cannot be able to sell all, will keep in trust. So that in the end, the ownership is still going to be, well, the enterprises will still be privatized, but the ownership will still be Nigerian. Unfortunately, that didn't happen that way. So that one also pushed the North backwards in terms of resources, in terms of economic activity.
Yeah, but some of these enterprises were also bought by Northerners.
Yes.
I mean, a whole lot of Northerners. And you and I will quite agree that Lagos is the financial capital of Nigeria. So if the CBN is actually moving some departments to Lagos to, according to it, allow for effectiveness and functionality, why should the ACI be kicking against that? And moreover, some others are also saying that the airports, the federal airports of Nigeria, will function much more better in Lagos than in Abuja. As you had mentioned previously, NPA was moved from Abuja to Lagos because the ports are in Lagos. And then you have NIIA, which, I mean, the foundation was in Lagos, but eventually it was taken there. So isn't the ACF considering the reality on ground and then, of course, the decisions of government?
If you talk about transferring FANN to Lagos because there are more airline activities in Lagos than in Abuja, then you should take the Ministry of Commerce to Onitsha or Kano, because there is far more commercial activities in Onitsha and Kano than in Abuja. You should take the Ministry of Education or Agriculture to Makati, where there is a lot of agricultural activity and food production. You can distribute these ministries to locations according to the kind of activity you can identify. But that is not the intention or the reason or the purpose of establishing a federal capital territory. It's supposed to be in itself a symbol of unity, a symbol of togetherness of this country. The moment you start dismembering ministries back to Lagos, first you are establishing a precedence, which means next government it comes on and it doesn't happen to come from the south, will now return them or transfer others from Lagos back to Abuja, and it will
or
become,
maybe Kaduna also.
Kaduna or Sokoto or Calabar or things like that. So the intention really is to make institutions symbolic of our unity, symbolic of the purpose of this country, and not to give reasons. If you say congestion, when you mention congestion in relation to cities, anybody you talk about congestion will first think of Lagos before he thinks.
But the CBN is saying that it's building, the CBN headquarters here is supposed to actually house 3,000 employees, but it has over 4,000. And the CBN spends money sending its own staff to go to Lagos to spend 2 months, 3 months to do certain jobs, which normally should have been domiciled in Lagos, and that they're spending so much. So for effectiveness, the CBN is saying that it wants to decongest its headquarters. And people are wondering, why is the ACF or why are northerners or northern leaders or elites actually having a problem with that?
First of all, the CBN building and